It's me once again. Now this time around, in my previous video, which was my very first, I spoke to you about new teaching skills. Now in the second video, I hope to highlight some factors we as teachers really need to consider when it comes to teaching. So first on the list, I've got some factors as one, role model. A teacher being a role model. You see, it's high time as teachers we really need to see how we ourselves can really make students, become great learners from us. A role model can really enrich, can really help. But before I move any further, explain further, what is a role model? Being a role model. A role model simply means it's just like a benchmark attitude for someone to follow, to imitate. A kind of how you are to behave. One of an upright conduct, one possesses. An upright conduct one possesses in which you would want to become like. So that's what I think we should consider, and which I really think that yes, it's really one great factor. Being a role model. We shouldn't forget this. That as a teacher or as teachers, anything we do, how we talk, how we dress, how we believe in whatever thing we do, how we deliver, how we walk or take our value our curses. These really goes a long way. It's just like a father and son. Okay, the son is trying to imitate, always copy or just watches or sees everything the father does. So simply it's just like that. So we are to behave the same way to our students as well. So we just have to portray, have that good, right role model. We should be mindful of this factor, being a role model. That we shouldn't forget that we are role models to our students. And then secondly, then we talk about being an optimist kind of a teacher. An optimist, a teacher with such belief that yes, through all these difficulties, but you can still come out through. You can still come out and then handle or deal with difficult issues in a right way, having that belief that yes, things can come out right with you. Because of course, I know we encounter, topics that, in which when we deliver to the students, they don't seem to understand. But we should just be optimists. We should just be an optimist. We should believe that truly students can really, gain from it. We should be positive towards what we teach, and then believe the fact that the students are also coming in to learn. They will definitely learn it. And then 3, being fearless. Yes, being fearless as a teacher. Yes, this is another factor I need to highlight. Yes, fearless. Some teachers tend to have, in which I have worked with, or some of my colleagues back home from Nigeria, even back here, I still see the same thing because I've been to other countries as well. So what I have learned is this. Some teachers tend to, have this fear. Okay, that once, it's not that they don't actually know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, but how can, excuse me, you can just tend to know or think that, by making, it could be a mistake, or it could be a fear of discipline, or a fear of instilling that discipline into your students becomes a kind of, something difficult for you to do. For as long as you know what you're doing is right, here what I'm trying to point out is this. Being fearless as a teacher, for as long as you know what you're doing to your students is right, okay, you have nothing to worry about. Even when they tend to have thousands or millions of cameras even watching you here and there, for as long as you're just yourself, being yourself, don't have any fear towards anything. Even if the rules are the do's and don'ts of the school or of the management is trying to break you, no, you keep up. Be a fearless person. Yes. Do not have that fear. Don't ever teach with fear as a teacher. And then my fourth point comes into this, because I will still come back maybe in my next video. I'm still also planning that each point I'm still going to give instances and then explain. So don't worry, these are I'm just highlighting them. And then for the fourth point, another thing we should also consider is have this belief of be a problem solver. We should always believe that yes, as a teacher, you or we are also, you should also believe you're a problem solver too. Learn how to solve problems in a nice and convincing way. Students make problems, so you as a teacher can't just sit up there, fold your hands and pretend everything seems right, but you have to tend to believe that you should be a good problem solver. And how can we achieve this? Don't worry, I promise to explain this. I'll give details more in my next video. And then the fifth point in which I also want to share with you is, one, we should be very, very hardworking. We should be committed. Commitment to our job. We should be committed to it. We should be hardworking. We should we should research. I know if some of us do that, but there's something we should actually reconsider it again once more. Even if we do that, we should also take note, reconsider it again, that it's also a way, one can do this. I'm also going to explain the new development, the new research, and how to go about this as well. So the sixth one comes in as friendliness. So friendliness. I'll stop here. For my next video, I tend to share out and give you more details on how they come in and how to go about them. So these 6 highlights all factors are the fact in this video. Thank you.